1st of August. That's nice. We're having quite good weather actually. It's surprising, isn't it?
Okay, well the first thing we went to was the Candlelight Club up in London, a secret location.
Indeed.
And that was really good, and the footage is ready to go on that, isn't it?
It's gone out now.
The next thing we went to was on the 10th, and that was the Ardingly Vintage and Classic Vehicle Show. And do you want to talk a bit about that, because you know more about that?
I suppose, yes. Yes, so Ardingly, very big showground. You might have been there for some of their other events. Yes, we did also stop into the beer tent that was run by Camera, I believe, who organise an awful lot of beer festivals up and down the land. And yeah, that was quite a relaxing place to be, certainly for a little while. And nice to get out of the sun, because it was rather sunny that day. But at least we managed to get there and back in the car, and everything was fine. So we went to see White Mink on the 15th. It was okay. Well, no, I mean, what did you think
I was
about
just going to say, it was the last one before the summer, before they all go off to their various festivals and other shows.
Yes, so we got up very early in the morning, and we drove up to Bedford Square in London to the
it was
Chapel
about
Olympiad.
4.5 hour drive.
Yes.
Well, that evening we were invited to go to the Blitz party, which we'd not been to before, but it's run by the same people as Prohibition and Belle Epoque. So we thought we definitely want to see that, especially as it's obviously 40s themed.
So what were we talking about?
War and Peace was really enjoyable, and there'd be a wide array of things that were going on. So there's the military reenactments, military vehicles, all of the clothes stores and performances, fashion shows.
It was. Yeah. They do aim at having something for everybody,
yes.
don't they? We've just got back from South Bank.
Yes, we managed to get into South Bank and to the VIP area and get champagne reception and everything.
Lovely time.
Yeah, we must say big thank you to Viv.
To Viv, yes. Viv Smith, you hero, you.
Helping at South Bank and being lovely at War and Peace. Good egg.
Yes,
I say.
An all-round good egg. Yeah. Now South Bank, that's a bit of a weird mix of stuff, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Well, I went to Vintage at Goodwood, so I sort of had an idea of what could be in store. It was the markets were better, I think, than last year, because there were so many more.
Right.
And that was free to get into. That was just on the South Bank. They had the pop-up shops like they did last year, sort of the fake high street. So that was really good. But so I think the individual rooms were brilliant.
Yeah. But
the building as a whole didn't necessarily have the festival feel. But I just must mention the dancing, because that's what I was most looking forward to based on last year. And the John Miller band were brilliant again. We saw them just as we were leaving in the Torch Club. So that's Glenn Miller's nephew's band, but he's brilliant in his own right. And also I spent a lot of time in the Northern Soul Casino, which was brilliant as well.
I saw you dancing like a mad thing.
Yes, well, I got cramp in my hip, I was dancing so much.
Of course, they should do it in Brighton, shouldn't they?
I've heard that it's going to be on a site similar to Goodwood, i.e. on a field, not in a building, but it's not necessarily going to be at Goodwood.
Bexhill, Delaware Pavilion. I will get them some business one day, but Delaware Pavilion is such a glorious building, it really does need to be used for something like that.
Yes.
What's coming up in August? So over to you, Sadie.
Okay, well the first thing that we've got is Swingalicious, which is in Lewis, which will be a Lindy Hop event.
I think it's supposed to be 7 till midnight. They have to be quite tight on throwing everyone out at the end. Okay, so that's Swingalicious.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Also on the 20th up in London is the Candlelight Club, and they've not released what the theme is yet, but they have released that instead of 7:30 till midnight, it'll be 8 o'clock until 2, so it's a later one this time. The third thing on that weekend is the 20th to the 21st, which is the Ramsey 1940s weekend, which is in Ramsey, surprisingly. That seems to be similar to War and Peace, maybe with slightly less
War.
war.
Probably.
Yes.
Takes a lot to move those tanks around the country.
Well, there are going to be military vehicles and aerial displays, living history.
And that's in Cambridgeshire, I should add there, because you've got a note that it's in Cambridgeshire, but you skipped that bit.
The next weekend, starting on the Friday, so it's the 26th, is the start of the August bank holiday weekend in Brighton, which is a modernist and 60s, so there's lots of Northern Style, loads of scooters, it's a big scooter rally, so they've got day events at the Volks down on the seafront that I think are free to get into, and then in the evening at the Comedia there's lots of really famous DJs, and I went last year, absolutely brilliant. Quite tired though, because I went to a rock and roll all-dayer and I went straight into a Northern Soul all-nighter. So interesting. Nice. Interesting change of costume as well. Well, not costume, outfit. To go from being rock and roll to a soul girl.
Okay.
Dancing's more important than hair.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's the 26th, 27th and 28th. Then there's also, on the 27th, there's the New Sheridan Club's summer party. I think that's what day it is. That was only the projected date, so it may have changed. That's set to be at the Tea House Theatre, which I assume is in London. Also, that weekend, so the 27th to the 29th, is Twinwood up in Bedford, which hopefully we'll be attending.
Yes, we're going to try and get in and have a look around that one, if they'll let us. So,
there's also Military Odyssey the same weekend, which...
Kent County Showground, that one is. Yeah, we'd like to have a look at that one.
And that, I think, is it for that weekend. It's a very, very busy weekend.
We are going to be playing with Facebook a little bit, because it would seem that is how the whole planet works now. So
we should have,
we'll have something going on there, won't we?
a new profile for etower, which should be up and running in the next few days.
And we've got, well, a newer website. I'm not saying it's finished yet, because there's still a lot more to do, but we've moved over to it now, so hopefully you're enjoying the new look and feel. Let's hope it works and does what we hoped it would. Obviously, yes, give us a shout, newsdesk@etower.net, and that's about it till next month then, isn't it?
I think so.
Excellent.
And this is Sadie Doherty.
And Kieran Spooner for eTower News. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, darling.
That's brilliant.